You've seen cricket matches stopped by rain, maybe even bad light, but a match getting stopped because of a bee invasion? Now that's a mess.
So, South Africa.
And believe it or not, that's just one of the craziest moments that happened in cricket history. And when Australia won the 2021 T20 World Cup, you'd think the celebrations would be all about popping champagne bottles, right? Well, they did pop the champagne, but then Matthew Wade and Marcus Stoinis took it to a whole new level of Aussie madness. They poured it straight into their cricket shoes and drank it. Yep, cheers from the soul, literally. Forget victory laps, these guys went full party mode with a side of athlete's foot. Alright, so remember when you were a kid and your chewing gum fell on the ground? You kinda looked around and maybe picked it up and popped it back in, right? Gross, but hey, you were 7. Now imagine doing that as a full-grown international cricketer on live TV. This man, Marnus Labuschagne, was casually chewing gum during a match when it slipped right out of his mouth and fell on the ground. And instead of letting it go like a normal adult, he picked it up and put it right back in. I mean, what's next? Eating nachos off the pitch? These Aussies, man. Absolutely fearless, even against germs.
He won the toss earlier this morning, decided to bowl.
You've seen dogs running onto the field, right? Cute chaos. But have you ever seen an entire swarm of bees storm the pitch like they paid for front row seats? No? Well, this happened during a match between Sri Lanka and South Africa. Out of nowhere, bees hit the deck. Just when things calmed down, the bees attacked the ground again. For a solid 10 minutes, the match was completely hijacked by bees.
Quinton de Kock's keeping helmet that he had just behind him. Have a look at this. Clearly they're excited about the Protea.
Eventually, the ground staff sprayed stuff everywhere and placed containers around the boundary hoping to lure them away. Because apparently, that's what you do when nature decides it wants to be part of the playing 11. You ever played cricket in the street and tossed a gutka wrapper or stone to decide who bats first? Now imagine 2 professional cricketers doing the same thing. During a match in the Abu Dhabi T20 League, Chris Lynn and Alex Hales walked out to open the innings for Team Abu Dhabi. But uh-oh, nobody told them who's taking strike. And what did they do? Started playing rock, paper, scissors. Yep, international stars playing in front of cameras.
Hello, look at this.
In 2014, during a match between England and Australia at the Sydney Cricket Ground, Ryan Harris bowled a delivery that will go down as one of the weirdest ever. The ball hit Michael Carberry's hat, and the bat snapped in half like it owed someone money.
Look at this. Look at this. That is as rare as you'll see.
Not the handle, not a little crack, right through the middle. It looked like the bat just gave up on life. Sure, bats break sometimes, but this one split so clean it could have been a magic trick. Now here's a moment that'll make you wonder if cricket just turned into WWE. So the ball struck into Steve Smith's pads, and out of nowhere, Wriddhiman Saha dives in, not for the ball, but for Smith's leg. Yup, he grabs onto Smith like he's tackling him for a wrestling belt. Both of them tumble to the ground like it's tag team action, and even the umpire can't hold in his laughter. Forget the ball, this was pure entertainment.
I don't think they'll survive very long. I am lost for words. What is that?
Well, it suggests that...
You'd think today's cricketers have crazy hairstyles. Wait till you see this. Back in 2001, during a test match between Australia and the West Indies, one man took it way too far. It was Australia Day, and Colin Miller, yes the bowler, decided it was the perfect moment to turn up with bright blue hair. He walks into bowl, and the West Indies batsman
Courtney Walsh is laughing. You can't believe it.
They weren't ready. They literally burst out laughing on the pitch. The man looked like he'd just walked out of a cartoon and straight into a test match. Now, have you ever dyed your hair? If yes, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crazy cricket moments like this. Now, this moment happened at the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. Everything's going smooth, the match is on, and the cameraman's cruising around on a Segway. But then, boom, his Segway smashes straight into a helmet lying behind the wicketkeeper. The man goes flying, hits the turf, and the crowd goes dead silent. You've seen dropped catches, you've seen dropped bats, but this was the first ever dropped cameraman in cricket history, and it deserves its own highlight reel.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Anything you can do, Nat Siver.
During a match between South Africa and England, Keshav Maharaj bowled what looked like a perfect Yorker, the kind that usually ends in a broken stump or a crushed toe. But Johnny Bairstow just opened his legs slightly like he was casually stretching mid-game, and somehow managed to hit the ball backwards.
And it jams it out. Welcome boundary for England.
Not a sweep, not a flick, a full-blown reverse ninja shot. The bowler was left staring like, how do you even defend that? Since the ICC banned shining the ball with saliva, cricketers have been experimenting with new techniques, but Joe Root took it to a next level. This happened during a test match between England and Pakistan. The ball needed a bit of shine, and instead of reaching for a towel or some sweat, Joe Root turned to his teammate's bald head.
Oh, Robinson has his jumper off, and I think Root is shining the ball on Leach's head.
Joe rubbed the ball on Leach's head, and everyone around just lost it. Even the commentators couldn't hold back. And let's be real, this move might have been weird, but at least it wasn't sandpaper. Well played, Joe. That's what we call bold innovation. You've seen players getting hit by bouncers and Yorkers, but this was not expected. During a match between India and England, Hardik Pandya hit a six. Ball crosses the boundary like a rocket. Standing out there was Ben Stokes, but just as he turned around to casually walk back, whack! A fan in the crowd threw the ball back towards Stokes, and it smacked Stokes right in the face. Who was not even looking at the ball, but thankfully, Stokes survived the hit.